Welcome to our channel, The Silly Race. Once upon a time, there were 3 friends, Benny the Bunny, Ricky the Raccoon, and Dizzy the Duck. They loved to play games together and have fun. One sunny day, they decided to have a race to see who was the fastest. Benny the Bunny was known for his bouncy hops. Ricky the Raccoon was fast and sneaky, and Dizzy the Duck was quick in the water. They all thought they would win the race. As the race started, Benny the Bunny hopped ahead, bouncing happily. Ricky the Raccoon scurried through the trees, trying to catch up. Dizzy the Duck waddled quickly to the nearest river. The race was getting exciting. Benny was in the lead, but Ricky was catching up. Dizzy was right behind them, swimming in the river. The friends could hear each other laughing and cheering. Suddenly, a funny thing happened. Benny's big hop made him trip over a carrot, and he tumbled into a pile of leaves. Ricky saw this and started laughing so hard that he got a fit of the giggles, and he couldn't run straight anymore. Meanwhile, Dizzy the Duck reached the river's end and found a water slide. She slid down and zoomed ahead, quacking with joy. As the friends approached the finish line, Dizzy was in the lead. Benny and Ricky were still laughing and stumbling behind. But then, Benny had a brilliant idea. He hopped onto Ricky's back, and together they formed a hopping raccoon duo. They bounced forward, while Dizzy cheered them on. They all crossed the finish line together, and it was a tie. The friends laughed and high-fived, happy that they had such a silly and fun race. From that day on, they always raced together, and they never cared who won because they knew that true friends stick together, no matter what. And so, the silly race became a legendary tale in the animal kingdom, teaching everyone the importance of friendship and laughter. Part 2: The Mischievous Magic Wand. In a magical kingdom far, far away, there lived a young wizard named Wally. Wally was just learning to use his magic wand, and he was very excited. The wand was a gift from his wise grandmother, who was the most powerful sorceress in the kingdom. Now, this was no ordinary magic wand. It had a mischievous personality of its own. It loved to play tricks and make things go topsy-turvy. One sunny morning, Wally decided to practice some spells in the meadow near his home. He waved his wand and said, "Abracadabra." Suddenly, the flowers turned into giant lollipops, and the butterflies started to dance like ballerinas. Wally giggled with delight. But then, the wand decided to have some fun of its own. It made Wally's hat fly off his head and land on a nearby scarecrow. Wally's eyes widened in surprise. "Hey, wand, stop that!" Wally said with a grin, trying to catch his flying hat. But the mischievous wand wasn't done yet. It turned a nearby rock into a hopping bunny, and the bunny started to chase Wally around the meadow. Whoa! This is crazy. Wally laughed, trying to keep up with the hopping bunny. As he continued to practice, the wand turned a puddle of water into a bubble bath, and a flock of sheep into dancing fluff balls. It was pure chaos, but Wally was having the time of his life. At lunchtime, Wally's tummy rumbled, and he tried to conjure up a sandwich. But, you guessed it, the wand had other plans. It turned Wally's sandwich into a silly singing frog. Oh no! Not again! Wally exclaimed as the frog hopped away, croaking a funny tune. The day went on, and Wally and the wand had many more hilarious adventures together. They turned raindrops into colorful confetti and made the trees swap their leaves with each other. In the evening, as the sun set, Wally sat down with his wand, panting with laughter. You may be mischievous, but you sure are a fun and special wand, he said, patting the wand affectionately. And from that day on, Wally and his mischievous magic wand became the best of friends. They went on many magical adventures together, bringing joy and laughter wherever they went. The kingdom soon knew them as the duo who could turn any frown upside down. And so, in the magical kingdom far, far away, the legend of Wally and his mischievous magic wand spread, reminding everyone that even mischievous things can lead to the happiest of times. The story end. Part 3. The Friendly Dragon. In a land of rolling hills and lush green forests, there lived a dragon named Dizzy. Now, unlike most dragons in stories, Dizzy was not scary or fierce. He was a friendly dragon with a big heart and a bigger smile. Every day, Dizzy loved to explore the forest and make new friends. He would help the animals find their way home if they got lost. And he even had a special talent for making delicious fruit salads for his woodland pals. One sunny morning, as Dizzy was flying through the forest, he spotted a little bunny named Benny who seemed sad. Benny had lost his favorite carrot toy. Dizzy landed softly in front of Benny and asked, "Hey, little buddy, why the long face?" "Oh, Dizzy, I lost my favorite carrot toy while playing," said Benny with a sniffle. "Don't worry, Benny, I'll help you find it," Dizzy said with a determined look. Together, they searched high and low, peeking behind bushes and under rocks. Dizzy's keen eyes soon spotted the carrot toy hiding behind a tree. "Hooray! We found it!" Dizzy cheered as Benny hopped with joy. From that day on, Benny and Dizzy became best friends. They laughed and played together, and Dizzy even taught Benny how to fly short distances. Benny hopped on Dizzy's back, and together they soared through the skies, having the time of their lives. One afternoon, while they were playing near a shimmering lake, they heard a faint cry for help. It was a baby bird who had fallen from its nest. Without hesitation, Dizzy flew up to the nest and gently placed the baby bird back in its home. The bird's parents chirped with gratitude, and they became friends with Dizzy and Benny too. As word spread of Dizzy's kindness and bravery, more and more animals came to befriend him. The forest became a bustling community filled with laughter, love, and harmony. Dizzy's reputation even reached the kingdom's castle. The king and queen heard about the friendly dragon and invited him to a grand feast to honor his good deeds. At the feast, Dizzy and Benny met the royal family and all the other forest animals. They feasted on delicious treats and danced to merry tunes. From that day on, Dizzy was known as the royal forest protector. He continued to be the friendliest dragon in the land, and he and Benny lived happily ever after, spreading kindness and joy wherever they went. And so, in the enchanted forest, the legend of Dizzy, the friendly dragon, lived on for generations, teaching everyone the true magic of friendship and how kindness can make the world a better place. The story end. Part 4. The Gigantic Ice Cream Adventure. In the town of Sweetville, there was a magical ice cream parlor called Frosty Delights, run by a jolly ice cream maker named Mr. Sprinkles. He was famous for making the most delicious and gigantic ice creams in the whole world. One sunny day, 3 best friends named Lily, Tom, and Max decided to visit Frosty Delights for a special treat. They couldn't wait to taste the mouth-watering ice creams they had heard so much about. When they arrived at the parlor, they saw a line stretching around the corner. Wow, there must be a lot of ice cream lovers here, Lily said, amazed. They patiently waited in line, and when they finally reached the counter, Mr. Sprinkles greeted them with a wide smile. Welcome, young ice cream adventurers. What flavors would you like to try? Lily chose a scoop of strawberry delight, Tom went for chocolate chip madness, and Max decided on cookies and cream frenzy. But then Mr. Sprinkles had a mischievous twinkle in his eye. How about something extra special for you brave explorers? He asked, holding up 3 magical cones. These cones will turn your ice creams into gigantic ice cream mountains. Are you ready for the adventure? Excited, Lily, Tom, and Max agreed, and Mr. Sprinkles placed the magical cones on top of their ice creams. Suddenly, the ice creams started to grow and grow until they were as big as mountains. The kids couldn't believe their eyes. This is incredible, Tom shouted, laughing with joy. But then, a funny thing happened. The gigantic ice cream mountain started to lift off the ground. They were floating in the air, and Lily, Tom, and Max found themselves soaring through the sky on top of their ice cream creations. This is the tastiest adventure ever, Max exclaimed, holding on tight. They flew over Sweetville, waving to the amazed townspeople below. Everyone looked up in awe, and soon the entire town was smiling and cheering at the magical sight. As they flew higher, the kids noticed a cloud made entirely of whipped cream. They dipped their fingers into it and had a sweet and fluffy taste. Next, they flew through a rainbow made of sprinkles, and as they passed through each color, their ice creams changed flavors. It was like having a whole, new ice cream with every color they passed through. Finally, after a thrilling ice cream adventure, the magical cones slowly brought them back to the ground. They landed safely back at Frosty Delights. That was amazing, Mr. Sprinkles, Lily said, still in awe of the adventure. Mr. Sprinkles chuckled. I'm glad you enjoyed it, my young adventurers. Now, you must promise to share the magic of these cones with others and spread joy and happiness wherever you go. The kids nodded enthusiastically, knowing that their sweet adventure was a gift to cherish forever. From that day on, they became known as the Ice Cream Explorers, and they shared the magic of the gigantic ice cream mountains with everyone in Sweetville. And so, in the sweet town of Sweetville, the legend of the gigantic ice cream adventure lived on, reminding everyone that sometimes the most magical moments come from the simplest joys. The story end.